Hey friends, we have a bunch of very cold and bad weather headed towards North Texas, and I wanted to share with you some of the things that we do to prepare. I'm going to read this because I just made this post on my Facebook page where you can find links to everything, which are also in my bio on my link tree for the place that has all the things. So we have learned a lot about emergency preparedness. One, from just being poor. Like, you learn a lot just being poor, how to stay warm, how to use electricity, like different things. But we're also avid campers and road trippers, so we've learned how to handle a lot of situations because of those experiences. But in this little mini series, I'm going to share with you the gear that we actually use. Not just like, oh, here's some stuff on Amazon you can get. No, this is the stuff on Amazon or Walmart or REI or wherever we purchased it that we actually use and we actually like and have good experiences with. So extra blankets and sleeping bags. Those are super important. You can use them to cover up with, but you can also use them to cover your windows, your doors, drafts, things like that. You can shut off rooms in your home with those blankets and sleeping bags. Like, we have a couple rooms in our house. Our home was built in the 30s, and it's really drafty. So when we have those super cold days, we completely put up a towel in the hallway, or not a towel, a blanket, so that the heater doesn't register there because it's all connected in our little tiny hallway. So we'll close the door, put up a blanket, and that room, you'll go in there during the day, it'll be freezing. And we do that because we don't want the cold air in the rest of the house. It never gets below freezing in that room, and it is insulated and whatever, but that's just something that we do. We grew up poor, and that's how you would keep your house cool in the summer. You could just keep certain rooms cool and not the whole house. Kind of like using a window unit, but for the whole house. Because we have central heat in there. The next thing is a small tent. And you think, oh, a tent, that's for outdoor camping. But you can also use it indoors to insulate a small area. So, like, if I had kids and all the power was out, we were trying to keep warm in, like, the living room, I would get a tent that is appropriate size for my family for in the living room. Everyone bring their pillows, their blankets, everything into that one little tent, and we would all share it. So our body heat would keep us all warm, and the tent would help keep it insulated. They also make tents for on top of your bed. I've never used them, so I can't say which one is good or not. But I do know that we purchased a Coleman instant, like, pop-up canopy tent thing, and it worked really, really well because you could literally close off all the screens. A lot of tents aren't like that. At least in Texas, when you go to buy a tent, half the tent will be made out of mesh. Even if you put a rain guard or a rain fly over the tent, there's like big gaps and spaces. So we found that tent, and I did link it because we took it to Colorado, and it kept us warm with snow on the ground and in the 20s. It was cool, don't get me wrong. We didn't have a heater in the tent or anything, but with our sleeping bags, we were fine. We were comfortable. So that's linked in my place also. The next thing is have extra batteries. Batteries for everything, and power banks. If you have any power banks, like a Jackery or anything like that, a cell phone charger, stuff like that, get it all charged up. Even if you don't use it, at least you have it for later. I need a fan, and I usually sleep with a high velocity fan, and when the power goes out, I don't get to do that. So I use a DeWalt rechargeable job site fan, and it works fine. We do use DeWalt products. Most of their stuff's made in the USA, which is kind of cool. So we'll charge up all of our batteries for that, and I'll use that fan to help me sleep. I don't need the wind, I need the sound. So I also keep a backup sound machine. It is a rechargeable. It doesn't run on batteries. I wish it did. But it is rechargeable in case the fan batteries die. I do have 3 or 4 of those, so I've never had it die. But when we did go to one of our national parks, I had to use the sound machine and the fan because it was so quiet. Like, I get, you're out in nature and you want the quiet and, it's like quiet time and all that, but I have to have that of the fan to sleep. And the fan, it was so cold. It was literally like, I don't know, it was freezing. And the fan was just so cold inside the tent. I had to turn the fan down a little bit. I had it like right up against my face so I could hear it. And I had the sound machine on the other side. And that helped. That I slept all night long, besides being, woken up to go to the bathroom or whatever. All that worked. But this is my first part of my little mini series on preparedness and how your camping gear, your road trip gear can really help you when the power goes out, whether it be for cold or heat. Because, in Texas, our power goes out when it's too icy, but it also goes out when there's, we have those rolling. So yeah, our power goes out when it's too icy, too cold, whatever. But it also goes out when there's too many people using it in the summer because our infrastructure is horrible in Texas. And we have people who can't fix the problem, I guess. Anyway, that's beside the point. We can also be prepared by doing things to help ourselves. So if you're interested in this little mini series, I thank you for being here. And if you want to see the written down version of what I just said, it's on my FB, which is where in the whats. Because if I say it, TikTok won't ever publish or let anybody see this video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.